There's so much information out there, it's just so confusing. I just want to give you a video with solid advice to get started. Something that you can build on. That is what this channel is about. We teach you how to build muscle and lose body fat. If that's something you want to learn how to do, I would recommend subscribing. So I want to kick off with your workout and your training. So the first thing you want to do is this. Go to the gym 3 days per week. Don't try and split it up into going for 5 days. Don't try all these other methods. Go to the gym 3 days per week. This way it's more sustainable, and full body workouts have been proven to be more effective when it comes to building muscle. A full body workout just means that you're training every single muscle group in one session. So you might go to the gym Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and in those days you would train every single muscle group one time. The 5 muscle groups that I want you to work during these sessions are chest, back, shoulders, legs and arms. And when I say arms, I mean biceps and triceps. I want you to start out real basic and simple and just choose one exercise for each one of those body parts that I just listed. I'm now going to list out some exercises I recommend you start with, and if you do want to change them, you can, but I do recommend starting out with these exercises. I'm going to go over the sets and repetitions and rest time at the end in a second, but I recommend starting out with chest and doing a bench press for that exercise. I would then move on to back, and this is the point where I would do pull-ups. I think pull-ups are one of the best exercises you can do to build your back and your strength. Now, if you can't do any pull-ups, then use the assisted pull-up machine that you will have in most gyms. Again, if you don't have that, what you can do is try doing 1 repetition of a pull-up. If you can't even do 1 repetition, then you might want to start out with an alternative back exercise. You might even want to start out using the machines until you can work up to being able to do just a few pull-ups. For shoulders, I recommend just a simple overhead dumbbell press, just like that. For legs, I recommend a squat, so I would like you to do a barbell front squat or barbell back squat, and build up on those slowly. If you can't add any weight to the bar, you can start out with body weight squats and just make sure you're working on your form every session. Now for training the arms, I recommend a dumbbell skull crusher for the tricep, and I recommend just a simple dumbbell bicep curl for the biceps. I recommend for these exercises, but especially the skull crushers, that you check out the form. On this channel we will have videos on form coming out at some point, so subscribe for that. But for right now, go check out some other videos on YouTube. There's so many other great coaches other than myself on YouTube, and you can check out their videos on form for the exercises I've just listed. As far as sets and reps go, I want you to do 4 sets of each exercise. So you'll do 4 sets of the bench press, 4 sets of the pull-ups, and so on and so on. In terms of the repetitions, I want you to go anywhere between 10 repetitions and 12 reps. This way you can definitely build muscle in this rep range, but also it's a light enough rep range to where you shouldn't get injured when you're starting out. You do not want to be lifting heavy weights when you've just started a fitness program. And for the rest time between each set, I recommend 60 to 90 seconds. If you're struggling with some of the fitness terms, I do have a video that I just uploaded not long ago about some common fitness terms and fitness slang that gets used in videos just like this, and I don't want you to get confused. So after you've watched this video, you might want to consider checking out that video. I hear a conversation happening a lot in the space about how long you should spend in the gym, and I have the answer right here for you. How long you should spend in the gym is how long it takes to do your workout. It's that simple. You should go to the gym with a plan such as the one that I've just laid out for you, and you go to the gym and you finish when you finish. That's it. It's not, okay, you can't be in the gym for more than 45 minutes. Oh, you can't be in for more than 60 minutes. All that's total bullshit. Ignore people that tell you that. You have a plan, you stick to the plan, and you leave the gym when you've finished your workout. It's that simple.
Wow!
Quickly, just before we touch on nutrition for a beginner, what I want to say is that if you're trying to lose body fat and that's your goal, obviously you need to be in a calorie deficit. If you don't understand how that works, I did a video called How to Get a Six-Pack in 3 Minutes, which I will link below, which you can watch when you finish watching this video. And if you want to build muscle, you'll have to be in a calorie surplus. I do talk about that in my free ebook, which you can download again in the link in the description. So nutrition, this is the part that everybody doesn't really like, and it's the hardest part and it's the most important part. It can be dulled down. It doesn't have to be so complicated when you start out. What I recommend you do if you are totally starting out is eat foods you believe are healthy. Now again, this is not the absolute best strategy. The best strategy would be to count calories, to track every single little thing that you do. But when you're starting out, that's not the best way to go. I don't want to overwhelm you with so much information, because that's the point of this video, is to make it easy for you. So all of the other videos that confuse you, you have a plan now. But I want you to start eating foods that you believe are healthy. And then I also want you to start cutting out foods, or most of the foods that you think are unhealthy. So things like sugar, things like sugary drinks, chocolate and sweets and all those different things. You can definitely have some of them, but try to cut back on those things. And if you actually look at what you're eating every day, you're intelligent enough to know what foods are really bad for you and what foods have good nutrition. As you progress, that's when you can start dialing things in. When you start understanding your training and your nutrition, that's when you can then start adding different things in and using tools such as intermittent fasting, which is actually the video I'm doing next. And you can start to use these more advanced techniques, but like I said, when you start out, you want to keep it basic. I do have a video that's out that's titled How to Eat for Fat Loss, so you might want to check that video out. Again, I'm going to link to all these videos down below. The only real thing I want you to be mindful of with your nutrition is how much protein you're consuming per day. If you are starting out, just eat 100 grams of protein per day. Make sure you hit that number. If you can hit that number or anything above that number, you're going to be good. Later on you can dial that in to make it perfect, but right now it does not need to be perfect. I just want you to get started. So if you're gaining too much body fat, then in the beginning what I want you to do is just cut down the amount of food you're eating. If you think you're not gaining enough weight and you want to gain more weight, that's your goal, is to build muscle to gain weight, then just simply add a few hundred more calories to your plan.